So one of the very first things I was shown was the pentatonic minor scale. So for an A, it's A, C, D, E, G, and back to A. First finger, fourth finger, first, third, first, third. So I learned that scale, and then I just started learning songs. I learned Led Zeppelin. That was rough. I haven't played that in a while. Led Zeppelin, some early Police. Early Judas Priest. Jane's Addiction. And so I was learning all these shapes and these songs and these grooves, and I kept thinking about this thing I learned. And it took me a while, but I realized, oh, this is the same as, it's just played in a different way using a different pattern. So from my experience, I mean, I can only speak from my experience, and all the years that I've been playing bass, I rarely ever do I use this shape. Unless I'm coming down really fast, unless I'm going. Other than that, I never use it. Instead, I end up using a 3-finger pattern that has a shift in the middle. I know the technique police are probably going to want to come after me for this, but it just seems more practical for my application as a bass player to, instead of play this shape this way, to play it. Now this is on its face, it's going to seem kind of ridiculous, but I'll clarify this here in a little bit. Use your 3rd finger. Instead of going your 1st finger on the A, use your 3rd finger on the A, and then to play that minor 3rd, use your 1st finger, then the 4, and then you shift up to the 5 with the 3rd finger, and then the minor 7 with the 1st finger, back to the octave, so it looks something like this. Shift, shift. I'm only using 3 fingers to do this. Technically, from a technique standpoint, this is better because there's no shifting. It's 1 finger per fret. You're utilizing all the proper technique. But if you're rocking out, I'm just not sure. I've just never been able to incorporate this into playing rock music, rocking out as a bass player. Because as a bass player, chances are you're going to need to dip below this tonic, like in that Jane's Addiction song, Mountain Song, I think is what it's called. You're dipping below. In most instances, you're going to need to access that lower minor 7. So, for example, if I was using the shape that I was taught, in order to access this lower note, I'd have to shift my whole hand down anyway. So I'd have to go, so for Mountain Song, I'd have to go and I mean that just seems wonky compared to long story short, I've never been able to use that for anything. Instead, I play it this way. Shift, shift. Because when I'm jamming out, when I'm rocking out, it looks something like this. And I wouldn't be able to do any of these things if I was stuck in this position. Maybe I'm the one that didn't take the time to understand this better, but this isn't really a lesson on how to play pentatonic. It's more of, this is what I do, and this is what has worked for me. So if you're confused, if you're kind of lost and you've been taught the shape, but you haven't been able to get any traction out of it, maybe try it like this. I know it looks weird, and it's not textbook perfect technique, but you've got this low note you can just grab. And you can do that thing. You can move it anywhere. It doesn't have to be an A. You can take that same shape and move it up to B. So you can play it in G. You can move it up to just wherever. That's the beauty about the bass, is you learn one pattern and you can play it in every key. Excuse me, you can play it in every key. All right, well, thanks. Have a great day.